In a world where whispers of the past collide with the chaos of the present, one figure stands tall, a beacon of hope and mystery, the Virgin Mary. Imagine her, gazing down upon us, filled with compassion and urgency. She knows the secrets that lie ahead, the storms brewing in the shadows, and the rising tides of turmoil threatening our cities. What if her essence could guide us through the impending chaos? What if she were to reveal hidden truths that could change everything? As the skies darken and the waters rise, a sense of dread grips the heart. Cities once vibrant are now on the brink of disaster. The signs are everywhere, yet many remain oblivious, trapped in their routines. But what if you could break free? What if the urgent message hidden in the fabric of our existence is calling for action? The call to leave is not just a suggestion, it's a lifeline. Picture the streets flooded with uncertainty, the air thick with a warning. The time to act is now. Will you heed the signs? The revelation of impending danger is more than a mere notion. It's a reality that demands attention. Listen closely, for the echoes of wisdom from the past may just be the guide you need to navigate the treacherous waters ahead. The Virgin Mary has stood as a beacon of love, protection, and hope for countless individuals throughout history. Her presence is often felt during times of distress, where her image brings comfort to those who seek solace. People turn to her in moments of uncertainty, looking for guidance and a sense of safety. It's almost as if she embodies the nurturing spirit that many of us crave, especially when we feel vulnerable. The stories and prayers surrounding her are rich and varied, but they all share a common thread: the belief that she listens, understands, and intercedes on our behalf. Her role as an intercessor is a powerful reminder that we are never truly alone in our struggles. Many find that praying to the Virgin Mary provides them with a sense of connection to the divine, a feeling that someone is watching over them and that their pleas for help are being heard. In a world that often feels chaotic and unpredictable, Mary offers a groundedness that can be hard to find elsewhere. It's no wonder that people turn to her image when they need reassurance. She embodies compassion and understanding that helps alleviate the burdens of fear and anxiety. As we navigate through life's challenges, it's essential to remember that her teachings encourage us to maintain hope, even when things seem bleak. The love that Mary represents is not merely sentimental. It is an active force that inspires us to keep moving forward. Whether through prayer, meditation, or community, her influence can lead us toward a more compassionate existence. This sense of hope is particularly vital during turbulent times, reminding us that even in despair, there is potential for renewal and healing. In the midst of our daily lives, we might find ourselves overwhelmed by the weight of our responsibilities and the challenges we face. It is during these moments, particularly when we feel lost or frightened, that we can turn to the Virgin Mary for reassurance. The act of reaching out through prayer or contemplation can serve as a reminder of the strength that lies within us. Her image often provides a focal point for our fears, transforming them into something more manageable. The mere thought of her presence can transform our state of being, instilling a sense of peace. Ultimately, the Virgin Mary serves as a powerful symbol of resilience and strength. Through her, we learn that love and protection are not just passive states of being, but active commitments we make to ourselves and others. This understanding can inspire us to cultivate a sense of community, where we not only seek support, but also offer it to those around us. In this way, Mary's legacy continues to guide us, encouraging us to embody the very qualities we admire in her. #### the urgent message of water. Recently, a profound and urgent message has emerged that resonates deeply with the realities we face today. It speaks of an impending event that could dramatically affect our lives, an event tied to water, a fundamental element that symbolizes both life and destruction. This duality of water serves as a reminder of its immense power. It can nourish our bodies and sustain our existence, yet it can also sweep away everything in its path. The warning conveyed is not one to be taken lightly, as it calls us to reflect on the precariousness of our situation. The message suggests that cities are on the brink of being overwhelmed by rising waters, and it urges us to act swiftly before the situation escalates. This is not merely a cautionary tale. It is a clarion call for awareness and preparation. Many of us might dismiss such warnings, viewing them as distant or exaggerated, but the reality is that nature has been sending us signals for some time now. Increasingly erratic weather patterns, floods, and rising sea levels are all indicators that we must pay attention to. Ignoring these signs could have dire consequences, and the time to act is now. As we consider the implications of this message, it becomes clear that we must take proactive steps to safeguard ourselves and our communities. The urgency is palpable, and the need for preparedness cannot be overstated. This involves not just physical measures, such as considering evacuation plans or emergency supplies, but also a mental readiness to face the challenges ahead. There is a certain empowerment that comes from being prepared, from knowing that we have taken steps to protect ourselves and our loved ones. In this context, the role of the Virgin Mary becomes even more significant. She embodies the essence of wisdom and foresight, qualities that we can lean into as we navigate these turbulent waters. Her guidance can inspire us to be vigilant and to take appropriate actions in the face of adversity. While faith is a powerful tool, it is crucial to remember that it should accompany prudence and awareness. Mary's teachings encourage us to trust in divine protection, while also empowering us to take responsibility for our circumstances. This message about water serves as a stark reminder that life is inherently unpredictable, and we must remain adaptable. We are called not just to prepare for potential disasters, but to engage with our local communities. Throughout history, the Virgin Mary has taught us valuable lessons about faith, prudence, and the importance of taking action. While she represents unwavering belief in the divine, she also exemplifies the need for vigilance and preparation. This balance is crucial, especially in times of uncertainty. Faith should not be synonymous with passivity. Instead, it should inspire us to engage actively with the world around us. We must recognize that, while we can trust in a higher power, we also have a role to play in ensuring our safety and well-being. Listening to the messages that arise during difficult times is essential. When warnings are issued, whether they come from nature, community leaders, or even our inner voice, it is vital to approach them with an open heart and a discerning mind. The challenges we face often call for reflection and action. If we ignore the signs, we risk being caught unprepared when disaster strikes. The Virgin Mary encourages us to remain alert and responsive, reminding us that our faith is strengthened when we take practical steps to protect ourselves and others. For those living in vulnerable areas, the urgency to act cannot be overstated. It is natural to feel overwhelmed by the weight of potential disaster, but it is during these moments that our faith can be a guiding light. The message is clear. It is time to start thinking about alternatives, safe havens, and contingency plans. The Virgin Mary's maternal love inspires us to take these actions, ensuring that we are not only safeguarding ourselves, but also looking out for our families and communities. As we move forward, it is essential to foster a sense of solidarity with those around us. Building connections within our communities can create a support system that enhances our collective resilience. Sharing information, resources, and emotional support can make a significant difference in how we navigate uncertain times. The Virgin Mary exemplifies this spirit of community, guiding us to be there for one another, to offer our help, and to receive support in return. Together, we can weather the storms that threaten to disrupt our lives. In essence, the call to action is not just about preparing for potential disasters. It is about embracing a mindset of proactive engagement. The Virgin Mary's teachings remind us that faith and action go hand in hand. As we trust in her protection, we must also embody that faith through our decisions and actions. The world is unpredictable, but by remaining vigilant, connected, and prepared, we can move forward with confidence and courage. ###, embracing the unknown with courage. Facing the unknown can be intimidating, and it's natural to experience fear in the face of uncertainty. However, the Virgin Mary envelopes us in her maternal love, reminding us that we are not alone in our struggles. She encourages us to seek refuge, not only in a physical sense, but also in a spiritual one. Finding peace in our hearts and trusting in a higher power can help us navigate the turbulent waters ahead. It's important to remember that seeking solace is a sign of strength, not weakness. It is an acknowledgement of our humanity and the challenges we all face. In moments of crisis, many of us are prompted to reflect on what truly matters in our lives. The approaching waters may symbolize not just a physical threat, but also an opportunity for purification and renewal. This is a chance for introspection, an invitation to assess our priorities and relationships. What have we overlooked? What connections need mending? The Virgin Mary's guidance can help us through this reflective process, leading us towards self-discovery and transformation. When we encounter difficulties, it's easy to get lost in despair, but Mary teaches us that every challenge is also an opportunity for growth. The process of confronting our fears can lead to newfound strength and resilience. As we grapple with the uncertainties ahead, we can draw inspiration from her unwavering faith. She exemplifies the idea that even in the darkest moments, there is always a glimmer of hope. This hope can be the catalyst that propels us forward, encouraging us to take the necessary steps to protect ourselves and our loved ones. As we face the approaching waters, it is crucial to remember that we are not merely passive recipients of fate. We hold the power to shape our destinies by making conscious choices. The Virgin Mary inspires us to take action, to seek guidance, and to reach out for support. When fear threatens to paralyze us, we must remember that we have the ability to overcome it through faith and community. Sharing our fears and concerns with friends and family can alleviate the burden and foster a sense of collective strength. In this journey of uncertainty, let us hold onto the love and guidance of the Virgin Mary. She encourages us to embrace courage, to seek refuge in our faith, and to take proactive measures in the face of adversity. The waters may be turbulent, but together we can navigate through them, finding our way towards safety and renewal. With ### the call to action. The Virgin Mary has always been a beacon of faith, urging us to trust in divine providence. Yet, she also teaches us the importance of being prudent and vigilant. It's a beautiful paradox, isn't it? To have faith while also being aware of the world around us. The messages we receive are not merely whispers in the wind. They are calls to action. When we hear of impending disasters, like rising waters, it's not just a warning. It's an invitation to engage in our lives more fully. We can no longer afford to be passive observers. We must become active participants in our own safety and well-being. Imagine living in a coastal town where the ocean has always been a friend, but now it seems to be a looming threat. The tides are changing, both literally and metaphorically. People in these areas are feeling the pressure of uncertainty, and that's where Mary's teachings come into play. They remind us that faith without action is just a dream. It's one thing to pray for protection. It's another to take steps to ensure our safety. This is the essence of the message. Listen, reflect, and then act. Consider the signs that nature gives us. The increasing frequency of storms, rising sea levels, and the intensity of natural disasters are all indicators that something is amiss. We can't simply pray these issues away. Instead, we must acknowledge them, understand their implications, and prepare ourselves accordingly. Mary's example teaches us that it's okay to feel fear, but we must not allow that fear to paralyze us. Instead, let it motivate us to make informed decisions. Taking action may mean different things for different people. For some, it could involve relocating to safer ground. For others, it might mean fortifying their homes or gathering supplies for emergencies. The important thing is to cultivate a mindset of preparedness. When we feel empowered to make choices, we are honoring the teachings of the Virgin Mary, who encourages us to blend faith with wisdom. In this journey of preparedness, community plays a crucial role. We are not alone in this. Mary's intercession is not just for individuals, but for communities. When we come together, we share knowledge, support one another, and forge plans that can help us weather any storm. The call to action is not just a personal endeavor. It's a collective movement towards safety and resilience. #### listening to nature's signs. Nature has a way of communicating with us, often in ways we might not fully understand until it's too late. The earth is speaking, and we must learn to listen. The shifts in climate, the erratic weather patterns, and even the behavior of wildlife can serve as indicators of impending changes. Just as Mary urges us to open our hearts to divine messages, we must also open our senses to the world around us. The signs are there for those willing to see them. For instance, when the skies darken with clouds, it's a reminder of the storms that may come. Yet, what do we do as a society? Often, we ignore these signs, believing that we can control the uncontrollable. But the truth is, the more we dismiss these warnings, the more vulnerable we become. Just like a mother who watches over her children, the Virgin Mary implores us to pay attention to the world, to recognize the signs that indicate we need to take action. The concept of listening to nature isn't new. It has been part of human existence for centuries. Indigenous cultures have long understood the rhythms of the earth, adapting their lives according to the seasons and the climate. In contrast, many modern societies have become disconnected from these natural cycles. This disconnection can lead to complacency and a lack of preparedness. By rekindling our relationship with nature, we can better understand the warnings it provides. Moreover, The changes we observe in nature are not solely about the environment. They reflect deeper societal issues as well. Climate change, for instance, is not just an environmental crisis, it's a humanitarian one. It affects food security, health, and even our economies. As we listen to nature, we must also listen to the stories it tells about our communities. How are we impacting our surroundings? What can we do to mitigate these effects? Mary's teachings encourage us to reflect on our relationship with the earth and to take responsibility for our actions. By being attuned to the signs of nature, we can cultivate a sense of stewardship. This includes advocating for sustainable practices, supporting legislation that protects the environment, and engaging in community initiatives that promote resilience. The more we listen, the better equipped we become to face the challenges ahead. #the urgency of preparedness. When faced with the potential for disaster, urgency becomes a central theme. The message is clear. We cannot procrastinate when it comes to our safety. The urgency of preparedness is not just a personal concern. It extends to our families, friends, and communities. The Virgin Mary, in her wisdom, reminds us that being prepared is an act of love. It's about ensuring that those we care for are safe and secure, even in the face of uncertainty. Think of the scenarios where people have ignored warnings, believing that disaster won't strike them. The truth is, disasters are often unpredictable, and their impacts can be devastating. We must cultivate a mindset that prioritizes preparedness. This can take many forms, from creating emergency kits to developing evacuation plans. Each step we take in preparation is a testament to our commitment to safety. In a world that often feels chaotic, having a plan can bring a sense of control. It can alleviate fears and anxieties about the unknown. When we prepare, we empower ourselves to face whatever comes our way. Mary's teachings encourage us to act with confidence, knowing that we are taking steps to safeguard our well-being. This is not just about physical safety, it's also about emotional and spiritual readiness. Moreover, preparedness fosters a sense of community. When one person takes the initiative to prepare, it inspires others to do the same. This collective action can lead to stronger, more resilient communities. Imagine neighborhoods coming together to share resources, knowledge, and support. This is where the power of unity shines. Mary's message of love and protection extends to our communal efforts, encouraging us to work together for the greater good. As we embrace the urgency of preparedness, let's not forget the importance of education. Knowledge is a powerful tool. Understanding the risks we face and the resources available to us can significantly impact our ability to respond to crises. Workshops, community meetings, and educational resources can empower individuals to take informed actions. In this way, we honor Mary's legacy, blending faith with practical wisdom to navigate the uncertainties ahead. #embracing fear and finding strength. Fear is a natural human response, especially when faced with the unknown. Yet, in the context of preparing for potential disasters, we can choose how we respond to that fear. Instead of allowing it to paralyze us, we can use it as a catalyst for action. The Virgin Mary, with her maternal love, encourages us to embrace our fears and transform them into strength. It's a powerful invitation to turn vulnerability into resilience.